Welcome to Famora. Don't forget to subscribe for more shocking family drama and jaw-dropping stories. I hate family dinners. Not because of the food, though Mom's overcooked chicken isn't exactly Michelin star, but because of them. Jake, my older brother, sits across from me, elbow on the table, smirking like he owns the room. "Nice watch," he says, eyeing my cheap digital one. "Did you get that at a garage sale?" I force a laugh. "It works." "Works?" "Please," he scoffs. "It looks like a toy. Even Lily's watch costs more than your whole wardrobe." Lily flashes a grin, tapping her designer bracelet. "You should really save up, cousin. Try to look like an adult." I clutch my fork tighter. I don't need expensive stuff to be me." Mom chimes in, barely hiding her sigh. "Sweetheart, it's not about being you. It's about keeping up. Everyone else is moving forward." I stare down at my plate, pretending the words don't sting, but they do. Every single one of them acts like I'm invisible, like my hard work and small victories don't matter. Later, Maya calls. "Hey," she says, her voice like a warm blanket. "Are you okay?" "I'm fine," I mutter, but she knows I'm lying. "You sound upset," she insists. "Did Jake start again?" I roll my eyes, even though she can't see me. "He makes me feel like a joke every time I'm around." Maya laughs softly. "You're not a joke. Remember that plan you've been working on? That idea of yours? Don't let them dim it. Sometimes I wonder if it's even worth it. They'll never believe in me." "You'll make them believe," she says firmly. "Just wait, patience." I hang up, my chest tight, but something inside me flickers. Maybe she's right. Maybe patience isn't just a word I tell myself to sleep at night. The next morning, I get an email from a local startup. "We've reviewed your portfolio," it reads. "We'd like to schedule an interview." I stare at the screen, heart hammering. My hands shake. Could this really be the break I've been waiting for? "Finally," I whisper to myself. Finally, maybe they'll see me. I don't celebrate too loudly. I don't text anyone yet. Not Jake, not Mom, not Lily. This is mine. For the first time in a long time, I feel like someone believes in me, even if it's just me and Maya. I glance at my worn-out watch. It's small, cheap, nothing compared to the ones my family flaunts. But it's mine. And maybe, just maybe, it's the first step toward proving them all wrong. I thought I could trust Jake. I really did. "Check this out," I said one evening, sliding my laptop toward him. "I've been working on this business idea for months. If I get it right, it could change everything." Jake leaned back in his chair, one eyebrow raised. Looks complicated. "You really think this will work?" "I know it will," I insisted, heart racing. "I've crunched the numbers, planned the marketing, even figured out how to scale. I wanted your input. Family support," he smirked. "Family support, huh? Well, it's cute, ambitious, but are you sure you can handle it? Risky things like this, they can backfire." I felt a pang of doubt, but I pushed it down. "I've thought it through. Every single step." All right, he said, leaning closer, tapping the screen. "I just don't want to see you fail, that's all. Promise me you'll be careful." I nodded, smiling. Maybe this was it. Maybe finally someone in my family believed in me. Then came the call that shattered everything. "Why didn't you tell me?" my mom shouted down the phone. "We just met with the investors and Jake presented his idea." "Your idea?" I froze. "What? That's not possible. I showed him first." Mom's voice trembled with anger. "He made it look like he invented the whole thing. And you? You wasted time sitting around like a child?" I felt like the floor had disappeared beneath me. "Mom, you don't understand. You've been so reckless," she snapped. "I can't believe I even let this go on." I hung up, gripping the phone so tight my knuckles hurt. My chest burned. My brother, my own brother, smiling like nothing happened. "Hey," I muttered later, confronting Jake in the kitchen. "You really went behind my back?" He shrugged, a lazy grin plastered on his face. "What are you talking about? I just shared an idea. You think I can't make it better?" "Better?" I laughed bitterly. "You stole it. You took everything I worked for and claimed it as your own. Jake leaned against the counter, arms crossed. Relax, it's business. You'd do the same if you could. Rage boiled inside me, but so did disbelief. How could someone I trusted so much be so heartless? Later I called Maya. My voice was raw. Sheesh, they don't believe me. Jake, I can't even… Shh, breathe, Maya said softly. It's okay. You'll get through this. You're stronger than you think. I pushed her away, snapping. You don't understand. I can't. I do understand, she insisted. And I'll help you. I don't want help. I shouted, tears blurring my vision. I just want to disappear. I ended the call, curling into myself, feeling hollow. Betrayal wasn't just a word anymore. It was my life. And for the first time, I wondered if I'd ever be able to trust anyone again. I stared at my worn-out watch that night. The plastic strap frayed and scratched. Funny how something so small could remind me of everything I'd lost, and everything I still had. Jake might have stolen my idea, but he hadn't stolen me. Not yet. Maya, I think it's time I stop waiting for them to notice me, I said over the phone. You mean Jake? She asked. Finally? Yes, but not by fighting him head on, I said. I have to be smarter. Build something they can't ignore. Are you sure you don't want revenge? She teased, though I could hear the concern in her voice. I ran a hand through my hair. Every day. But I can't let that anger control me. I want to grow, not just get even. I began reconnecting with some mentors I'd met online months ago. They didn't know my family drama, only my ideas. You have the patience and the vision, one said. Keep developing your skills. Don't let anyone steal your energy. I nodded, grateful. Every conversation was like fuel for my determination. I also started small side projects, nothing huge yet, just small wins to build confidence and capital. Slow and steady, I muttered to myself. Even at work, I played it cautiously. My coworker Sam noticed my focus. You've been quiet lately, he said. Plotting world domination or just avoiding Jake-level disasters? I laughed softly. Something like that. Careful, ambition like that can backfire, Sam warned, his tone teasing but edged with truth. I shrugged. Better to risk carefully than sit helpless. Maya called one night. I can't wait for the day they all see it. The look on Jake's face when he realizes you did it on your own. I hesitated. Part of me wants to confront him just once. Look him in the eye and tell him he failed. Would it matter? She asked. I sighed. No, it wouldn't. It's about me, not him. Even as my confidence grew, there were tempting moments. I caught Jake bragging about his project to some investors. I could have exposed him instantly, but I chose patience. My plan needed time, my own credibility. At night, I'd stare at my watch again, the faded numbers like a reminder of where I started. Every tiny win I achieved felt like reclaiming a piece of myself. One evening, my mentor, Mrs. Chen, said, You're learning more than just business. You're learning restraint. That's more powerful than any quick revenge. I smiled, realizing she was right. I was slowly accumulating wealth, knowledge, and confidence, all while Jake remained careless, oblivious to the storm I was quietly building. You'll see, I whispered to myself, winding my watch. Patience pays off. And someday, he'll understand exactly what he lost. I walked into the living room, trying to act casual, even though my chest was pounding. The family gathering buzzed with chatter, the same old faces, the same old smug energy. But tonight was different. Tonight, I had something they didn't expect. Jake glanced up first, and I swear I saw his jaw tighten. Hey, he said, voice a little too high-pitched. Hey, I replied, a calm smile tugging at my lips. Lily twirled around, showing off her new dress. You look normal, I guess, she said, tilting her head as if inspecting me. I lifted my wrist subtly. The light caught the diamond-encrusted bezel of my watch. Their mouths froze mid-word. Mom blinked, adjusting her glasses. Is that… I let the silence hang for a moment, watching their reactions. Jake's eyes widened, his smugness gone, replaced by disbelief. Where did you get that? I shrugged lightly. Worked hard. Made some smart choices. Invested wisely. Built it myself, Lily stammered. I didn't know you could afford that. Neither did you, I said, smiling. Funny how that works. Mom cleared her throat, finally speaking. I didn't realize you were serious about your career. We thought that I'd fail. I finished for her, my voice soft but cutting. I know what you all thought. That's why I didn't tell anyone. Didn't need approval. Didn't need validation. Jake shifted uncomfortably. You did this alone? Yes, I said. Every step. Every decision. I didn't rely on anyone's ideas, opinions, or help. He looked down, guilt written across his face. I didn't realize. You stole from me, I said quietly, letting it linger without yelling. But patience pays off. I let you have your moment, and now I have mine. Lily fumbled, trying to compliment me. Well, that's impressive. Really? I smiled, though it was tinged with satisfaction rather than joy. Thank you. It means more coming from you after all the reminders of my failures. Mom shifted in her seat, unease in her posture. I see now. You were working quietly all this time. I had to, I said, because if I'd done it with your attention, you would have expected something else. Something less, Jake swallowed hard. I'm sorry. I didn't understand. I thought I was helping. You thought wrong, I said gently. But it's okay. Everyone has their lessons. Some learn slower than others. Maya, sitting quietly off to the side, gave me a tiny thumbs up, her eyes sparkling. She had been there from the start, believing when nobody else did. I caught her gaze and smiled. I didn't do this to humiliate anyone, I added, turning slightly to include them all. I did it to prove to myself that I could, that I'm worth more than the doubts thrown at me, and that's enough. Jake looked down, still red-faced. Lily awkwardly shuffled her feet, and Mom's hands trembled just slightly. I felt no need to gloat. The watch wasn't just a symbol of wealth. It was proof of patience, perseverance, and self-validation. For the first time in years, I felt the power shift. And I didn't have to say a word about revenge. Karma had already spoken. I sat in my apartment that evening, the city lights painting faint streaks across the walls. My $2 million watch glinted softly on my wrist, not flashy, not meant to show off, but a quiet reminder of how far I'd come. The doorbell rang, and I knew it would be Jake. Can I come in? His voice was hesitant, uncharacteristically subdued. Sure, I said, motioning toward the couch. He sat, shifting nervously. I owe you an apology. For everything. For taking your idea, for, I don't know, being such a jerk. I took a slow breath. I won't lie. You hurt me. But holding on to anger isn't worth it anymore. I've grown past needing to prove myself to you. I've done that on my own. Jake stared at my watch, eyes flicking away. You really did all this. By yourself, I nodded. Every step. And it feels good to know I didn't need anyone else's approval. Not Mom's, not Lily's, not even yours. I don't know how to make it right, he said quietly. You don't have to, I replied, surprising even myself with the calm in my voice. Just learn from it. Don't take what's not yours again. That's enough. He exhaled. Relief and shame tangled in his expression. I never realized how much patience and hard work really meant. I guess I thought taking shortcuts would make me better. You were wrong, I said gently. And that's okay. Everyone learns their lessons differently. Later, I called Maya. Hey, I said, voice lighter than it had been in months. You sound happy, she said, grinning. I am, I admitted. I wanted to thank you for sticking with me, believing in me when no one else did. You deserved it all along, she said. And look at you now. They finally see what they missed, even if they'll never fully admit it. I laughed softly. They'll get there someday or not. Either way, I'm done chasing their validation. I looked down at the watch again. It wasn't just about money or success. It was a symbol of patience, perseverance, and self-worth earned the hard way. Every tick reminded me of late nights, sacrifices, and the quiet determination that finally paid off. Jake was humbled. Mom and Lily had no choice but to acknowledge me, if only silently. And I had found something far more important: strength, confidence, and the knowledge that I could rely on myself. As I set the watch down before bed, I whispered to myself, "This is mine. Every moment, every struggle. I earned it." And for the first time, I slept, knowing I didn't need anyone else to define my worth. If someone stole your dreams right from under your nose, would you fight back, wait patiently, or walk away? What would you do? Comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more family drama stories. See you in the next video.